What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Pro Show. This is our second episode, and I am in quarantine, so I am obviously, as you can see, not at the school. But we figured out a little bit of a way to make it work. We're on Skype, so we're bringing to you a little bit of a holiday edition of the Pro Show. And joining me is my co-host Brian Powers.
How's it going today, Thomas? You looking rather dapper.
This is the best I've looked in my life, or at least the best I've tried to look.
You look fantastic. Is that a clip-on tie or is that a real?
No, it's actually on there.
Did you tie it?
No, I just did it around the back.
Oh, so it's clip-on in the back.
Yeah, it's way more professional than clip on the front.
That's true. That's true. So why don't you introduce our guest today, since you have a little bit more knowledge on him? I just know he's a FC grad like me, correct?
Yes, sir. Yep.
And so that's what we've got in common, but you've got a little bit more.
Yeah, so with us today is, most importantly, my cousin, but secondly, a minor league baseball player, former college baseball player, Sam Claycamp.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we're still just trying to figure out how you got that blur in the background. We need to get that for us.
Yeah, I have no idea how that works. I don't know. I'm not very technologically savvy, so I don't know what's going on.
I don't know if I've ever used Skype before, so.
Well, our wonderful director, Kevin Hankins, told us that this is where we get the best audio from. So if he tells me to do something, I'm going to do it.
That sounds good. So, Sam, just I guess tell us a little bit about where you are now as far as your baseball playing career.
Okay, so currently I am you call it a free agent. So I'm a free agent, waiting, hoping for a contract to play in the 2021 season. So I'm not currently contracted with anybody. I'm just hoping to be in the near future. So I finished the 2020 season with the Lexington Legends, which was previously a Kansas City Royals affiliate. They were a Class A affiliate of the Kansas City Royals. And for this season, they switched to independent ball. So they were playing in an independent league along with the Florence Freedom and the Florence Yalls. And then Lexington created another team that they called the Las Leyendas. So it was a 4-team league just for 2020. And I think he played right around 40 games, as well as an all-star game series. And that finished up, I think, it was the end of September. So I haven't played baseball in the last couple months, aside from practicing, but now it's just waiting around, hoping for a contract.
So now, when you say you're waiting around hoping for a contract, are you hoping for another kind of independent contract? Or are you hoping for some sort of minor league contract to get in with an organization?
So obviously the goal would be to get in with a major league organization. But realistically, this year it'll probably be another independent league contract, kind of like a prove it season. And a big part of that is the restructuring of minor league baseball. I don't know how closely you pay attention to professional baseball, but Major League Baseball just set up a restructuring where they cut, I don't even remember, it was a whole bunch of minor league teams. So they cut a ton of minor league teams from their affiliations just to simplify, kind of, because if you looked into minor league baseball, it was really a mess. It was so there was rookie ball, short season rookie ball, short season A, full season A, high A, low A, double A, triple A, and then the major leagues. So there's 7 or 8 different levels that you could be at. And not every major league team had all of those levels. So like the Yankees, obviously a big market team, I think they had the most minor league baseball teams. The Yankees actually had multiple teams in the same level. So it was really confusing. It was kind of a mess. So the commissioner cut a bunch of those teams, which also obviously cuts a lot of jobs. So it makes it harder to be a affiliated minor league baseball player. But in a way, it opened up more jobs in an independent league baseball because a lot of those minor league teams are now transferring into independent league baseball. Mm-hmm. So that's a lot to take in, but it's just been a weird year for sports in general. And then Major League Baseball started this even before COVID hit, so it made it even more of a mess. But
so did COVID have an effect on getting some of those cut? Were there more cut because of it, or did it not really have much of an effect?
I would say there's probably some that had to shut down because of COVID with no revenue coming in. But as far as like Major League Baseball, it didn't really have an effect other than like there was no minor league baseball played last season affiliated with the major leagues. They shut down minor league baseball affiliations completely. So like for the Lexington Legends, as of 2020, they were still affiliated with the Royals. But since they shut down minor league baseball, they went to independent for this summer. So they
could play.
They still could play. But they had to go and do that on their own. They didn't do that through Major League Baseball. And there was quite a few teams that did the same thing. But a lot of them didn't, and they didn't have any revenue. So I think there was a few of them that actually had to shut down.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things where it's the perfect storm where you set up something that maybe sounds okay at the time, but then you never know when there's a worldwide pandemic that's going to hit, which is, it would have been nice if we could have had a little advance warning for this, right?
Right.
So how did you get here? Take us through a little bit of your journey from high school through college, because I know you were at Dayton for a little bit too, correct? And then to where you're at now. How did you kind of get there?
Okay, so I'll just start at high school. I went to Columbus East High School. So I played all 4 years. I only played baseball there. Out of high school, I went to the University of Dayton, and I went there my freshman year. I think I played in like 10 games as a freshman, something close. I wasn't super happy with the baseball program at the time. I wanted something different for myself. So
now was Jeff Mercer, was he there, or did he just play there? I think was he an assistant maybe?
So I think he played there, and then I think he also coached there for a while, but he was not there when I was there.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was actually at Wright State when I was at Dayton.
Okay.
Yep. But moving on from there, I decided I was going to transfer. So I started looking around, getting recruited again, and ended up at Franklin, mainly because it was close to home. I really liked Coach Marshall. I don't think you're going to find a better college coach, to be honest with you. So I love that guy. He was a big part of that. So I transferred in. I played my sophomore, junior, and senior season there. We ended up winning conference 2 of those years. We should have really won all 3, in my opinion, but we won 2 of those years, went to 2 regionals. We broke 1 million records, it feels like, when I was there. So it was an awesome experience with that baseball program. I love all those guys. And then coming out of that, I kind of thought that I would play somewhere. So I had been contacted by some major league teams while I was in college. And then once the draft came around, everything kind of went quiet. So I hadn't heard anything at all. So then I just decided I'll go play independent league baseball. So I went to some tryouts, and I didn't make a team. So I went to probably 10 tryouts that summer. I tried out for almost 20 teams, I think, in total, and I didn't make any of them. So nobody gave me a shot. So I actually moved on. I thought that I was just going to be done, pretty much hang it up. So I started working. I worked in Columbus at it's called Forcia, in purchasing for 6 months, I believe. And then until COVID hit, my position was moved, and I didn't want to move with it. So then I was unemployed. So then I started playing baseball again just for the heck of it. I'm like, might as well try this again. But COVID shut down minor league baseball completely. So now I was just sitting around hitting, started working out again. And then I got a message from a team in California that they were going to move to Indiana and create what they were calling a barnstormer league, which you kind of hear, and if you look at history, like Jackie Robinson played barnstorming basketball. So it was like professional, but you really don't make a whole lot of money doing it. It's just kind of there, right? So same kind of deal. He asked me to come try out. I told him yeah. And then in the meantime, I'm still training, and I see a Twitter notification that the Florence Yalls are having a tryout. So it was going to cost me $100 to go to this tryout, and I had to get tested for COVID, and I was like, I don't want to pay $100. I don't want to have to go through this COVID testing deal to go try out. Well, my dad talked me into it. He's like, dude, you're not doing it. You might as well just go. He's like, just spend the money. You'll regret it if you don't. So I did. I went, and I made the team. Lexington called me, and I started playing with them. I think we started the season a week later, so it was pretty quick turnaround on that. We started playing, and I performed fairly well this summer, and then now I'm kind of here. So that's kind of where it's at.
So obviously, being in the family and all that, we follow your baseball pretty heavily. Tell us, you played this summer with a pretty cool baseball player. Tell us who that was.
Yeah, so I got to play with a lot of cool baseball players. Now, there's one of them that was very likely a Hall of Famer. So that was Brandon Phillips. So he got called in almost halfway through the season, which was amazing for me. I thought it's going to be the coolest thing ever. He was one of my childhood heroes. I watched him growing up. I loved Brandon Phillips. I was actually wearing his number. So I wore number 4 when I was with Lexington, which I had to give him his number when he came in. But that guy is awesome. He's a class act. He's one of the coolest guys I've ever met, just as a person, not even just as a baseball player, but as a person. He's a great human being, and he's an even better baseball player. So
now, did you charge him for for his jersey? Like, or were you like, yeah, you can have it. I mean, it's going to cost you like $1,000 or something.
I should have done that, and his brother even told me I should do that because his brother was our manager. But no, I did not. He kind of came in, and it was a little bit like awestruck. He's like, came in, and he's like, hey, what number's available? And they went through it, and they said, well, Sam's got number 4. And he came up, and I was like, yeah, you can have it.
What are you going to do? Tell him no?
I wasn't going to let him know. I was like, dude, I'm wearing the number because of you anyway. He was like, you're one of my childhood heroes. So, but it was cool.
I thought that was a cool moment.
It was pretty neat. It was pretty neat.
All right, so I got a two-parter for you. First, tell me what your favorite moment in baseball that you've ever had was, and then second, the best major league moment that you've ever experienced.
So my grandpa asked me that question the other day, and I don't think there's any good way of answering that. There's so many memories that are so good that I can't choose just one. Like I've played so much baseball and had so many good memories that I couldn't narrow it down to just one, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Well, me and Bob asked the hard questions.
I know. Yeah, you do. He asked a lot of questions for sure. All hard. Um, so which by the way, I don't mind. I love hard questions. So answering hard questions, but we'll say I'll give you like 5, and they're all probably like all on the same tier. Like you couldn't pick one over the other. Winning the conference championship in Franklin would have been 2 of them. Okay. Winning state for Little League would have been another 2, but we'll count that as 1 because it's Little League, right? So I got to play on ESPN for the Little League World Series. That was pretty cool. My first professional hit would have been 1. Getting to look at my parents in the stands after my first hit, after a year of not playing baseball at all, and my very first at bat to hit a double. That was pretty cool. It was really special. It was kind of one of those moments like a lot of weight is lifted off your shoulders right there. Like, okay, I can do it. It was off maybe it was a top 10 prospect in the Milwaukee Brewers organization as well. So it's getting a hit off of him as your first professional hit. That's a pretty big highlight for me.
Did you keep the ball?
No, I didn't get to keep the ball. Fortunately. I did get – I got plenty of baseballs, so it wasn't that big of a deal. I still got the bat. It was all good. So, let's see. I would say those are probably the ones that stand out the most of favorite moments. I guess one other cool one was I sprained my ankle in a game in conference play. So right before the game started, I sprained my ankle. I played anyway, and then I ended up hitting a go-ahead home run in like the top of the 9th inning on a sprained ankle. So that was kind of neat.
Now, when that happens, and you're rounding the bases, do you heavily nurse the ankle, or do you just like it's nothing?
It hurt pretty bad, so I nursed the ankle pretty bad.
You gotta make sure everybody knows that just happened off the sprained ankle.
On the sprained ankle, I guess. I don't know. I didn't get to see myself run. I don't think that one was on video, but I'm sure I was limping pretty bad. My ankle was pretty swollen. So,
Have you ever had like a moment? Because I'm sure there's some home runs you've hit that you like right when you hit it, you're like, "Yep, that's gone." Have you ever had any like bat toss moments or said anything to the pitcher or anything like that? Or you seem kind of like a quiet guy, so I don't really know if that would be you. But I feel like there's probably once or twice where you're just like, "Yeah, we were playing Hanover or something, and I threw the bat into their dugout."
no, okay. So my first professional home run, I didn't think I flipped the bat, but then I went back and watched the video and I actually flipped the bat. And it wasn't like Jose Bautista. Like I didn't throw the bat, but I actually did a little like just a kind of bat flip coming out of the box. I didn't even know it. but I didn't even, looking back, I don't even remember knowing that was going to be a home run off the bat. So I don't know why I would have flipped the bat, but I did.
It would have been really awkward if you flipped the bat and it was like a double.
Yeah, that would have been a little embarrassing if I had a bat. Wow. I have pimped a few RBI singles probably. Definitely that. I definitely did that. I did that in the conference championship series against Rose Holman. The pitcher and I were kind of talking back and forth a little bit before the game even started. He thought he was pretty good, which he was. He was probably one of the best pitchers in the conference, and he deserved to be talking crap, and he talked crap. So
he deserved to get it. He deserved it back.
Yeah, he did, and I don't shy away from talking back at pitchers. I personally hate pitchers, so I don't have a problem talking crap. And even if I can't back it up, it's okay. I don't mind talking.
Hey, the odds are already stacked against you.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not.
You're playing a winning game, and they're playing a winning game. So.
Well, Sam, you got anything for us before we sign off?
No. I really appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, well, we really appreciate you stopping by and giving us some of your time.
Absolutely.
The cool part is this will probably get posted on Christmas. So.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, something a little bit to look forward to next Friday. So before we sign off, we just got to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, a Happy Holidays. Stay safe. We recommend against large gatherings, but, do whatever you need to do. For our guest, Sam Claycamp, for my co-host, Brian Powers, I'm your host, Thomas Crow, and this has been the second episode of The Pro Show.